Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Hi, Shreddy, how are you? Hi, Corios, how are you today? Hi, Serge. Hi, buddy, what's new today? Hope everybody's having a good day. Hi, Suzette, how are you? Hello, Miss, how are you? Hi, Becca, thank you. Hi, Annalie, how are you? Hi, Sophia, Happy New Year. Oh my goodness. This day, you know, it's weird. It's like the weather has been kind of like up and down where it was so sunny and beautiful. And then now all of a sudden it's gray and like windy. We're supposed to get some really high winds today. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Sandy. Driving to yoga. Have a wonderful yoga class. Drive safely. Oh, thanks, Suzette. I feel good today. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? Hi, Laura. Oh, thanks, Kat. Today was a decent hair day, I will admit. Hi, Diane. Yes, the new moon is coming. I was just actually filming some new moon readings. I've seen a lot of specific cards come through. Hello. Yeah, Jen, 444. Angels are with us. Hi, Emlyn. How are you? Hi, Jen. I just said hi, Jen, and then hi, Jen over here. Perfect timing. Oh, perfect. I'm glad. It's funny how IG notifies you for TikTok, right? Hi, Anna. How are you? Hi, Carrie. Hi, Laura. Hi, Dana. Jim, you know, sorry, he's looking at me with his cone of shame. Um, oh, the purple, thank you. Yeah, I haven't worn this in a while. One of the reasons why I don't wear this, I've actually tucked it under, I should cut it, is that when I got Karma as a kitten, look what she did. And like, you know that I own this top in every color. Thank you, Jed. This is actually my favorite one. This is the one that I don't have a second one of. I have 2 red ones, I have 2 blue ones, I have 2 black ones. Actually, I have 2 yellow ones, but I don't have 2 purple. And so when I got Karma, like a year ago, she ate my sleeve. So I kind of just tuck it in, even though I should really just cut it. I don't know why I haven't. Hi, Jose. Hi, Hector. Hi, Roger. Oh, thank you so much, The Real. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm excited for the first new moon as well. I mean, well, is it the first new moon? I guess, well, yeah, I guess in a way. When was the new moon in Capricorn? I'm trying to think of it now. Yeah, just cut it. I will. I know, it's just that I would have uneven sleeves. At least I can kind of, I don't know, I get away with it a little bit when I tuck it in. What's new in NYC, Roger? Hi, Raquel. Good evening. Has it been a year that I've had Karma? Yeah, I got Karma actually over a year. I got Karma early December, I guess. You know? Hi, Nan. How are you? Oh, so where do we begin? There have been so many cards that I've seen on repeat. Now, you're going to laugh at me and you're going to say, come on, Kelly, you're making this up. I just finished posting, hi Renee, finished posting my Fool video for my Tarot for Self-Development. And I'm telling you, there's no coincidence that the Fool card is nonstop coming out over and over and over. I was doing the, you know, the full moon Zoom, I send out new moon readings, and I was filming a bunch of them today. And every card, well, I shouldn't say every card, every reading felt like it had a Fool card in it so far. You know? I'm curious to know what that is, Dana. The Fool card, Jen gets it. You know, there's a few of you that do get it very frequently. This is true. This is true. Thank you, Kathy. Hopefully I said hi to you, Katie Louise. I'm well, thank you. So anyways, the Fool card, the Fool card, the Fool card, trusting, taking a leap of faith. So for those of you that have watched the video, thank you so much. I'm taking the feedback. I'm going to put more visuals into the next video. The only reason I didn't this time as much is because I'm always worried about copyright. You have to be very careful with imagery, especially in regards to tarot. And I would love to use tarot pictures in my teaching. The problem is the copyright. Not all of it is in the public domain, especially with the Rider-Waite. Different countries have different copyright rules. And so next time I'll be a little bit more, you know, I don't know, I'll put more thought into some visuals. You've seen the 8 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, Lovers in the Tower. I've seen a lot of the Tower. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you love my readings. Thank you so much. Mimetic, thank you. Hi, Marcy. Oh, but it wasn't Dana? Okay, send it to me. Send it to me. But anyways, the Fool energy. So I've seen a lot of Fool. I've seen a lot of Tower. I've seen a lot of Magician. And funny, that's my next video is going to be the Magician. Your Louis Black Tuxedo Cat was just watching me. Aw, Kathy, that's sweet. I have a tuxedo cat sitting right behind me. Karma's laying right behind me. Of course, there's always Gretchen vibes here. That I know. Oh, and to answer your question about Jimmy, Dana, sorry I got sidetracked. Jimmy's wearing his cone of shame, but he's getting through it. He's getting through it. I have to wait another week for him to get that cone off. So that's hard, man, that's hard. I feel sorry for him. He doesn't really venture far from the couch. I've had to put a litter box in the living room. And yeah. He doesn't really want to go upstairs. He can't, it's like he can't navigate with the cone on, I think is what it is. Hi, Jamaldine, how are you? Hi, Austin. I know, poor Jimmy. You've been pulling all those cards repeatedly too? Yeah, and the judgment card. Yes. I had the judgment card come out a lot today. Jimmy, what happened to Jimmy? Poor Jimmy doesn't want me to repeat. Jimmy had an anal gland rupture. So this poor boy had a very big wound the size of a dime near his bum. And now he's got it stitched. So that should be good at this point. It looks good. The stitches, everything looks good, but he's got to wait another week to get that cone off. Hi, Maggie. Nice to see you. I know you are, Emlyn. I have so many questions, believe me. I'm upset too. But you know, there was a, Dana, I don't know if you saw it, and this is to my Canadian people. I know this is a whole side note, but to my Canadian people, there was a documentary, and maybe in the US you can find it too. It's called The Fifth Estate. It's a show by the CBC. Hi, Tia. And yeah, I'm still sleeping on the couch stuff. It's been over a week for sure now at this point. There was a documentary episode of The Fifth Estate here in Canada about vet bills and about how they've been regulating vet offices and making them corporate. And you can actually search within Canada to see which offices are corporately owned. Oh, Emlyn, I appreciate it. You're watching me from Thailand? Amazing, artisan. Thank you. Tia, we're going to do a general collective reading. Hi, Chuck. Hi, Ella. Thank you. So yeah, if you're in Canada, go to the CBC website or search CBC or like the Fifth Estate vet costs or vet bills. And is it a good thing that they're corporately owned? No. Because what it means is, oh, sending love back to Singapore. Thank you, Alexis. It means that if it's corporately owned, the vets who are working in that office don't have any control over pricing or the way medication is dispensed. They're doing that in the US too, yeah. And it's apparently like billion-dollar business where they're making it hard for anybody to dispense vet medication. Yeah, your friend was a vet assistant and she left it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Your insurance bills are getting out of hand too. Yeah. So I mean, like, listen, the first bill that I had with Jimmy was like $400. They left the wound. They said it would heal. They said he didn't need stitches. We flushed it. We did everything. We sedated him one time. And the next thing you know, within 3 days of that, I had to take him back in again for a check, thinking that, okay, it's going to be all right. And then they tell me he's got to be sedated again. And now we need to stitch him and flush him. And we need to do this and that. And I'm like, I'm not doing the blood work. We know he has an infection. I don't need a culture of the bacteria. Anyways. So then that was another $567, which is like the last thing that I need right now, you know? That being one of them, Emlyn. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to be doing the general collective reading and all, but I'm on 3 platforms. We're an online family, so we're always catching up on what's happening in our lives, you know, with each other. Yeah, pet insurance, I get it. Yeah, high vet bills, Steph. I understand. Mm-hmm. You just found a wonderful one when we had to cremate a dog. Half the price or actual, wow, good for you. Yeah, no, I just, you know, Jimmy, in my opinion, is he's 10 years old. He's been in good health. He hasn't had anything wrong. I don't think I needed the blood work and everything. I mean, that was an extra 260 some dollars they wanted for that. And I was like, no, no. If he was in trouble, I feel like I would know, you know? Is that you, Nelson? I've been meaning to ask you. But yeah, it's a tough one if you've had high vet bills, you know, what to do. And you've been lucky with pet insurance and the vets have been dealing with, yeah, nothing extra. Good. I would have to say that the vet, I think the vet that I spoke to recently was good. And he explained everything and the costs. I just chose what I would pay for and what I wouldn't pay for, you know? And actually what I'm really lucky, yeah, I figured it was you, Nelson. I just want to make sure because I remember before, I want to make sure. Hi, Mere Magic. How are you, my friend? There's a really nice vet tech at my office, and she has gone above and beyond for me, making sure that she's there, even if a different vet is coming in, or I've had 3 vets consulting on Jimmy, if you can imagine. There's been no consistency. So it's been a tough one, you know? But anyways, that's a whole other update. Tomorrow, now don't get excited. I know you guys like to start rumors. Tomorrow, I have somebody coming to look at my ceiling. Remember I told you I had a little bit of water come through, and I think it's from the ice that we had and melting and then freezing again and then melting. So anyways, somebody's coming in here tomorrow to have a look at my ceiling. Fingers crossed that that's not going to be a bill that is expensive. Oh, you're wearing purple today too. Nice. Have I been having really loud ringing in my ears? No, but I've heard the frequency every now and again, but not anything too crazy. But I'll tell you what I have had, Kat. Funny you say this. Everything I touch is electric. No, I'd like to think that that's me. You know, I'm just electric. I'm just, you know, a spark of light. Yeah, someone's coming to check my crack. Back at the crack in my ceiling, not a crack in my ceiling, but like there's a line on my ceiling. There's a line on my ceiling. We haven't started yet, Mir. We're gonna start soon. We're just getting to the initial chat just to see how everybody's doing. But yeah. So we'll see. I've had a lot of I touch the light switch, electric. I touch my phone, electric. I touch anything. It's been like sparking me. I've been sparked, you know? You've been getting shocked. You too, Kat? Feel like I'm getting shocked. Like, you get shocked all the time? Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of new for me in a sense. I mean, I'm not saying I've never had it, but like the last few days, everything I touch is like a spark, you know? Hi, Cherry. How are you? You too, Dora? So it's not just me? Oh, it's like my phone thinks I'm speaking to it. Why is it doing that? Okay, weird. It's the winter heat. Yeah, the static. I don't know. This is, yeah, it's weird. Hi, Teresa. You actually saw it spark last night when you grabbed your blanket. Yeah, like it's just really weird. Oh my God, Dana, I can't even repeat that. Dana, nobody's coming to plug anything. Oh my gosh, Jose, which one? You guys are so funny. Joyce, Joyce just writes it's her first visit here. And this is what you guys are, oh my gosh. Joyce is gonna be like, what do these people talk about? Joyce, I'm sorry, but not sorry. But if this is your first visit, welcome. We talk about everything on this channel. We have an amazing online family. You're always welcome to join us. At night, your sheets, the door, everything you touch is always annoying you. Interesting. I put the song I'm Electric stuck in your head. Oh gosh, I love it. Hi, Karthik. How are you? Hi, Aaron. Hi, Garns. I know it's getting nasty over here on YouTube in the nastiest of best ways, obviously, right? What is the Turkish dessert that I like? Kunefe. Or kunafa, some people might call it. Oh, you'll find it, Emlyn. Kunefe. Kunefe. Yeah, sorry, not sorry. This is how we weed out the faint of heart. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh my gosh. Especially when it's really hot. And I'm talking about the kunafe. It is really good. Oh, no way, Dora. Okay, interesting. Well, my friends, shall we get into it? Hi, Murphy Cat. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hi, Sarah. That's okay. No worries, Jen. No worries. Do what you got to do if the service is up and down. All good. Hi, Tamara. How are you? Hi, Renata. No worries, Jen. All good. Hello, my friend. How are you? Shall we get into it? Tell me what's your... Sorry, I'm laughing. Hi, Al. How are you? Make it hot and see who can take it. Exactly, Jose. Hi, Ocean. How are you? Oh, you guys are so, so funny. I love purple. Yes, I love wearing purple. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Exactly, Becca. Becca, we don't hold back. We don't hold back with the heat, right? Hi, Shani. How are you? So let's see. Let's talk about the word of the day. Hi, Rihanna. How are you? What's the word of the day, everybody? How are you feeling? Give me the vibe. Give me the vibe, tribe. The hotter, the better, Jose says. The cold in Connecticut. It's cold here, too. Cold here, too. I know, Murphy Cat. It's so nice to see you. I've thought about you every now and again. I've wondered how you're doing. Sorry, I'm just looking. I have 3 platforms that I go past. I have IG, I have YouTube, and I have TikTok going all at the same time. Ella, what's chaotic? Is everything okay? Funny, if you saw the reading I sent today, I was wondering how things were doing. You're excited but don't know why yet. Grateful, reflective, blessed, anxious for no reason. Yeah, that's the perky. Permanently exhausted. Oh, Jackie. It's been a crazy day. Okay, good, good, good. Oh, thanks, Sophia. I appreciate it. Ella, just give me a yes or no. I'll say it really neutral. Did you make the definitive line? Oh, you're from Pakistan. Nice, Shani. Sarah feels drained, anxious, a little bit depressed, settled. Do you feel better, Steph? You feel just here. Jen says bored. Not now, though. Right. A good clarification. I would love to see you, my friend. I would love to see you. Okay, perspective shift. Good, good, good. I'm well, Amal. How are you? You feel sleepy? Need more coffee, CL? 2 words. Whoops, but I don't know a better word. Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Interesting. Missing the kitties, but doing good. Okay, I'm glad to hear that stuff. I feel like I hear like a really loud car outside. Somebody's blasting their stereo. Thank you, Shani. I appreciate it. Hi, Marcy. Hi, Deb. Oh, Jim. Sorry, you guys can't see. Jim was trying to like get from the couch to the coffee table, but he can't spatially see because of his cone. And then he shook his head, and then he kind of looked like he was losing his balance. That's the one thing I find after the sedation. Now, it's been a while. It's been a week. But he's a little bit wary about going anywhere other than the couch and the general vicinity here. So he didn't jump down, but he... Oh, boy. All right, so let's get into it. How's he feeling? He's good. He's not on any antibiotics anymore. He finished his antibiotics. He doesn't need anything tended to at this point. We just got to wait out the time, you know? I'm still sleeping on the couch, yes. Yes, 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 yes. I can't really leave him because if I take him upstairs, he's not comfortable because then to use the litter box into the stairs would be an issue for him, I think, right now. So that's why he's got issues with spatial. Exactly. Spatial. Yeah. It messes with his spatial abilities. Yeah. He will be okay, Sarah. He just, oh, he's so cute. And he's become clingier than ever. Like, he's just more affectionate than he's ever been. And he's already a sweet cat. He's already a sweet boy. Like, he's the kind now that, like, wants to, like, hug me all the time. Like, he's actually, like, putting his oh, what's he doing? He's actually, like, putting his paw around me to hug me. Like, that's how, oh, thank you, Richard. You're very kind. So, it takes a long time to heal. I know. Now he's sitting on top of the sofa. Like, not on the cushion, but, like, on the back. He likes to lay up there. Let's just hope he doesn't fall off there, you know. Oh, we're going to be pulling cards. So, Karthik, I have an online family, just in case you're wondering. For anybody's wondering why we're just talking, I have an online family that, oh, thank you for the cowboy hat. And we get together and we talk and we share. And so I'm going between 3 different platforms, just chatting, talking, but we're going to get into the cards. All right, so let's see. What's going on with the current energy today? Oh, the lovers. How many of you are in lovey vibes or like relationship vibes? Thinking about somebody. Oh boy. Hi, Robert. Hi, Colin. Interesting. I hear a truck outside. Somebody's doing something. So we definitely have some lovey vibes in the air. The lovers, 3rd time today, Suzette. Not surprised, yeah. Mimo, 100%. Oh, you're seeing our channel for the first time. Karthik, welcome. I have the best online family. Yeah, Mama, you feel it too? How many times is that card coming up today? Everybody's seeing it. Yesterday was harsh. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, the lovers again. Okay. Scorpio. The soft cones I have, Jen, but the soft cones, he can still get at his bum, and that's the last thing that I want. In case anybody's wondering, I'm talking about my cat. If anybody just come in, we're talking about soft cones and bum. And of course, I mentioned bum in front of Scorpio energy, and we don't want to have to get in there, but we pull cards and we talk life and energy. Hi, Weary Bunny. How are you? So the Scorpio energy is death and rebirth and total transformation. And so something that I actually said today is we can't be afraid to go into that death energy because something really has to go and finish. Meaning, you know, the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, thinks it's going to die, and then comes out a beautiful butterfly. It's kind of like that energy. Hi, Dave. How are you? Hi, Peggy. And there's the Phoenix, Emlyn, says a Scorpio. Yes. After seeing the readings after you saw 222, I've been seeing 222 a lot. Yes, a lot. I've referenced it so much. The storm card, Dana, when I was filming today, yeah, the storm card did come up. It sure did. Let's see. Manifesting dreams. Now, many of you will take this as wonderful homework to manifest later tonight. Feel free. Feel free if you'd like to. If you know, you know. But this also is telling you right now that if you want to manifest your dreams, you really do have to go through a death and rebirth, right? Yeah, Suzette, in order for something new to happen, we have to overcome the old. We got to let it go. And I've actually been seeing a lot of energy. You know what else rises up? Sure do, Becca. It's not just the Phoenix. It's not just the Phoenix rising. Yeah, you know, it's an energy that says you have to let something go in order to have the new come in. I don't understand. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I love a good stereo. Like, why do I have to listen to the thumping of your stereo? Through the windows of my home, even. Like, it's so loud. I'm almost, like, tempted to go look out the window and see who this is. Not that it really matters. But anyways. I don't even know if you can hear it. It's, like, crazy. Hi, Debbie. You just joined. You've had the worst 2 years physically and emotionally, including losing your big sis. I'm sorry to hear that, Debbie. Debbie, you're always welcome with us. We have the best online family. Hi, Monica. Well, Monica, what we're doing is we're doing a general collective reading. So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Exactly, Dana. Exactly. No, you guys can't hear it? Okay, because it's really loud. It's really loud. Yeah, Carrie just said, sorry, Debbie. And Debbie, I have 3 platforms going at once. So if you're getting messages from the other platforms, I'll always let you know. But manifesting your dreams. If you want to manifest new things, you've got to let something end so that new things can come your way. So, thank you, Silvano. Grazie. Always rising to the occasion. Always, Jose. Yeah. IG didn't notify you. Oh, that's okay. Nabi, no worries. All right. Hi, Anna. All right. You can hear it, Katie? All right. Potential or challenge. We have here the 9 of Cups. Ask and you shall receive. Ask and you shall receive. Manifestation. I guess that's the vibe. Yeah, only for like a second. You can hear it too, Jackie? Yeah, I get them. Nothing I can say, really. But like it's weird on a dead-end street like I live on, like that, for that to be the case. Okay, so 9 of Cups, ask and you shall receive, and balance. I saw this a lot today as well. We need balance. If something is not balanced, like you're not receiving enough in whatever it is, then you have to let it go. Oh, that's funny, Dana. Dana said I was falling asleep a while ago and I was told Kelly will be on at 3 and here we are, 3 your time. Yes. Mm-hmm. Well, Yana, I can, if you'd like me to do a private reading or personal reading for you. This is for a collective reading for everybody who's here on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. The vibe is to manifest. Noted. Yes, noted. Yes. We'll take into consideration later on tonight. Yes. Or it doesn't have to be dead night. It could be anytime, you know? Can you pray that I can leave the old and manifesting my soulmate or all my... So Sarah, here's the thing that's tough. Hi, Meredith. Hi, Michael. I think the tough part... oh, no way, Amanda. Thinking about relocating to a different city? That's not always a bad thing. That actually sounds good. What was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say something and I lost my train of thought, but that's okay. Oh, I know what I was going to say. The problem with manifestation is that if you're trying to manifest a specific person, remember that what you're doing is you're putting all your energy into another person. That means you're not focusing on your manifestations. You're just trying to manifest something in someone to do something for you. And there's a great quote by Dr. John Gray that I really liked. I think I don't know if he said it specifically, but I heard him repeat it. And he said basically that, you know, masculine energy gives to receive and feminine energy receives to give. So in other words, if you're giving to get something in return, that's a masculine energy. If you're receiving and reciprocating, totally different energy. So Barbara's asking, how can I manifest when there's so much pain in my soul? Well, you've got to work through that pain, Barbara. You know? Oh, hi, Jim. You talking? Did you hear Jim meow? Hi, Dulce, how are you? Oh, Jimmy. What is it, baby? Oh, Jim. But yeah, it's a great line. Do I believe magic stars work? I mean, those paper stars with the wishes written inside. Well, it's setting intentions, right? Making wishes. I know Jim is so sweet. He is such a sweet boy. He's such a good baby. I love you, Jim. I know. I love you. Everybody loves you. I feel like he wants to come over here is what he wants. Yeah, both parties have to be on the same page, Peggy. Exactly. I know that meow breaks your heart. I know. He's such a good boy. And he's not like hurting or anything. He's in good energy. He's just missing me. I think what he wants now is snuggle time because he's become very clingy in a lot of ways. He wants me all the time. I mean, not a bad problem to have. So anyways, let's take a look. What else do we need to know? Potential or challenge is courage. Having the courage to move ourselves forward. Having the courage to ask for what we want, right? You're in hermit mode. What direction should you take? So Sarah, the thing about hermit mode is, are you putting walls up or is it just boundaries? Because if you're hermiting with walls, then you can't stay in that energy for too long. You know, hi, Never, how are you? We're on the brink, evening or afternoon, evening. Yeah, where there's safety, especially when they're sick. Exactly, Jen. Yeah. I'll go snuggle with him later. So let's see. What should we focus on today? The King of Wands, Dora. Dora. If you don't know this about Dora, Dora loves the King of Wands. She has claimed this card. Now, every once in a while, we have somebody who claims a specific card, you know? This is Dora's card. I will always say this is Dora's card. King of Wands is purpose. Oh, there she is. Hello. Dora's manifesting the King of Wands. So this is all about purpose and passion and moving yourself forward. You know, how to move forward is tough. Just another day, but you're in good spirits. Well, I'm glad you're in good spirits. You know, I just want to add that in the YouTube video that I posted, I gave some very deep questions, and I knew that they were going to be deep. Okay, I know we like to go deep on this channel. So I gave you a lot of thinking, and I wasn't sure if people would really know how to answer the questions. Because again, it requires a lot of thought. And if you found that you needed to take some time and reflect and then go back, then do that. I would love to hear your answers and your feedback. It really helps me to know how you define yourself or your energy, or, you know, what drives you to move yourself forward. So in that full video, I was asking the question, hi Keeks, I was asking the question, who are you? Because whenever I say, who are you? People really have a hard time answering that because we get stuck on labels. And so I was in a session today and I said to someone specifically, just for interest's sake, I said, tell me, how do you define yourself? Who are you? And I got a really great answer. And it just sort of reiterates why we get so caught up in labels. You know, this person didn't use labels. They used more descriptors than labels. Hi, Jeffrey, how are you? So essentially, I want you to think about who you are, you know? Exactly, Steph. Who we are, or who are we versus what we do, you know? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I want you to, I really want you to think about it. I want you to look at who you are and then look at how to move yourself forward. So that's always key. So I give you some tips in that video about how to move yourself forward, how to think about these concepts. But there's some really good, deep conversation with it. Definitely internal conversation. And here's the thing. How many of you right now are in this energy that says more info needed? I need more info before I can do something. Or you're constantly putting something off because you think you need more info. In my readings today, what I found was, again, it's never the right time. It'll never be the right time to make a move. So you have to just say to yourself, when are you going to just trust and take a leap of faith? When are you going to get out of the energy of trying to predictive program the situation? Because there's safety in that, right? I know it's going to be this way because I've experienced it this way. But that doesn't mean, have a good night, Tamara, but it doesn't mean that it's going to go the way you think it's going to go. You have to make sure that you're willing to be open to the possibilities, right? So Emmeline said yes for me regarding more info. Suzette says, I'm also manifesting the King of Wands. How about this? The King of Wands as a general energy, somebody who's purposeful, passionate, driven, and yet also nurturing. You know? Good. I'm glad, Steph. You're right, Nelson, for sure. Let's see. A lot of people like to be in control, Lisa, and that's hard. It is hard to trust. But what, I guess my answer to that is, what choice do we really have? You know? What choice do we have? Aw, Dora says, I share. That's cute. That's cute. Hi, Heidi. I understand. I understand. So let's see. Butterfly spirit, transformation. The pearl here is about emotionally opening up. And so many people are afraid to do that. They're so afraid to do it. Jeffrey just said we have free will and make our own choice. 100%. Everybody makes choices every single day. Not making a decision is making a decision. You're making a choice. So the recent past is strength card. Strength and courage to move yourself forward. Do you have it in you? I believe you do. The question is, do you believe it? Are you willing to go through the experiences or stay in a comfort zone that's not so comfortable? I also talk about that in the video, where you got to be really careful, because the comfort zone is not something you really enjoy. It's just that it's familiar to you more than anything. Yeah, search Capricorn and Taurus. Sure, that could be a good match. I mean, the chart matters most, but from a general standpoint, yes. Hi, Marilyn. There's the squirrel. So the recent past, if somebody's like worried about their strength, there's a lot of anxiety. Can I do this? Can I make it? Of course you can. Of course you can. I like that you said that, Peggy. You said vulnerability is your superpower. Good. It's important to be vulnerable. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's been hard for me. I've had to really work on that. Purification. Recent past. Purification. My wrist is sore. Don't get any ideas. I have like residual, you know, when you like hurt yourself, like I had a injury like way back when, like 2004, and every once in a while my wrist is sore in that exact same spot. Must be the weather or something. That was the answer you were looking for? Perfect. You're welcome. Actually, on a side note, I saw a video today that referenced some astrology that I thought was pretty fascinating. So Mars, pardon me, because Mars is in retrograde. Venus energy, Venus retrograde is actually going to be happening very soon. We're going to start going into the pre-shadow. And Venus retrograde is actually the time when people more than likely pop up from the past. Not as much as, you know, like Mercury retrograde, everybody thinks Mercury retrograde, but Venus retrograde is actually where you really see it. There was a reference to the last time that we had Venus retrograde in Aries, because Venus is going to be in Aries, was back in 2017. I think in like March and April, February, March, April. And it was asking what happened in your life at that time. And all of a sudden my eyes went like, oh boy. Because something actually popped up recently that reminded me of that time. And it couldn't have been a coincidence. And so if you had anything, it can be linked to that time. Retrograde, Kristen, is when a planet appears to be going backwards, even though it isn't. So if you were to look up like legit, like in the sky at the planets, it would appear that it's going backwards, but it's not. It's just sort of an illusion. So when a planet goes into retrograde, it almost goes into like a reevaluation, a redo, anything with a re in front of it, re-examine, you know, it slows down. The year was 2017. I think it was like February, March, April. Yeah, I'm forget. You said you don't even remember 2017. I certainly remember 2017 because that's when I went through my separation, my massive tower moments sparked. So in like approximately February, March, April is what I saw in the video. You know, you're welcome, Kristen. You're welcome. Oh, purple really suits. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate it. But anyways, it like really like threw me for a loop because all of a sudden I went, oh, I'm like, I remember that time very, very well. If you'd like to do a reading with me, Heidi, you go to the description box in my videos or to my website, kellylorraine111.com. kellylorraine111.com. Yeah, look back at old pics even. If you still have your pics on your phone. So let's see, what is the strength position? You quit your job in 2017? Becca just said that's when she was really depressed. So it doesn't mean that you're going to have the exact same again, like the same person or situation. There you go, 22% battery, Suzette. 222, 2222, there you go. We have 522 where I am right now. I would love to see you, Heidi. Would love to see you. That was the year before your stroke. No, thank you. I'm not in that place anymore. You're right. It's not that you're going to go back to that, but what it's saying is some of that energy can come back. People, situations. It's pretty fascinating because Venus is really about love, how you value your self-worth. There's a whole slew of things that can come up on a Venus retrograde. Hi, Marissa. How are you? Yeah, 222 for you, Jen. There you go. Perfect. Oh, Michael, the stone, it's a litios crystal. And I say that with like a strong T, L-I-T-I-O-S. It's the year your late husband was declared cancer-free. Wow. Your twins graduated high school. Your marriage was hell. I'm sorry to hear that, Steve. That's when you moved to Windsor. There you go. Very interesting energy. So the strength position is the Ten of Swords. I've actually seen the Ten of Swords a lot today as well. You're welcome, Michael. The Ten of Swords is something that's dead, done, and over with. It's like you couldn't have any more swords in your back. It's essentially saying you got to let something go. You got to let it go. Like it's time. I kept seeing a lot of cards say that it's time. It's time. Hi, Shannon. How are you? So Ten of Swords, Dana. Sorry. The storm card, sorry. Dana's always said to me that we need to retire the storm card. Like we need to take it out of the deck. Like we just need to not see it anymore. And so here we have the storm card, which can be a few things. A storm brewing, torn up, sudden unexpected end, a total wreck, breakdown. I like to look at it as liberation. It does say over and done. I mean, we got the Ten of Swords. Yeah, Dana, you called it. Hi, Jay. How are you? So there we go. There we go. Oh, never. I'm sorry to hear that. You know what? That was the year my marriage totally busted up as well, 2017. I mean, it was a blessing. I have no regrets, you know? How about the past being done? Well, that's the thing. The past is the past is the past, you know? Murphy just said, I'm often a tornado. You are the storm. Absolutely. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Nice to see you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I mean, look, it's all about freedom, freeing yourself from the stuff that's been holding you back. You know, the past is the past. What do I always say? You can visit the past, you can't live there. You can visit your headspace, you cannot live there. I'm well, Jen. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's a reminder. I mean, Erin, this is the thing. Both of those cards are about an ending, and it's important to let go of that energy. Yeah, that was such a positive take on a tornado. Sure. It is. It is. Right. We got to find a way to be. I think I'm like, honestly, I'm wired to be so optimistic. I can always find a different angle of something, you know, in any scenario. You live in your headspace. I mean, that's part of being a Scorpio, and I'm not just saying that. It's definitely par for the course. At the same time, it's about learning how to calm the mind a little bit. Hi, Autumn Moonlight. How are you? Thanks, Peggy. Have a good night. I agree. No, I wouldn't change anything, really. I think there's maybe only one thing, if I'm honest. And I've never said this before, actually. I've never had this. Well, I've said it, but maybe not in this way, I guess you could say. If there is one thing, I think, my one sadness, possibly, has to do with the fact that I think when I was married, we put off having kids. And in retrospect, that saddens me. At the same time, I'm glad that we didn't, just because, you know, then we would have been connected forever. And even though I had the opportunity, and he said, you know, let's have a baby and it's not going to solve our situation. I had to make the decision to say, no, I don't want to do that, because I don't want to sign myself up. But it makes me sad, though, that I didn't have that opportunity. Now, I'm not saying I never will. I still feel like I could, but ultimately, time is something that will tell. And I've never been a pusher of time, as in like it is what it is. I've accepted that. But I will say, I think if there's one thing about my past, I would just say that I wouldn't have put it off the way that I did, but everything happens for a reason. So I can't really say it's a regret. I just think it's hindsight, It's one of those things that I kind of wish that I could have done a little bit different. Hi, it's good. How are you doing? How are things in Boston? You think about the same thing, Shannon? Yeah. Hi, Tamara. Relatable. Yeah. It's just, like I said, I still believe that I could, or that I will even. I feel very healthy. I feel very young in my energy. But at the same time, uh, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Oh, Colton. That's so, it's almost like so silly that you think people wouldn't even be able to know what you're doing. But thank you. Yeah, Diane, it's not something that I would really like hold back on. I just, that's something I'm honest about. Yeah, it's never too late, Sharon. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. It's kind of one of those things. Yeah. Time, things I must experience. Exactly, Heidi. Exactly. Would you change things in life if you could? I don't know. I don't know that I would. Oh, I can't, Katie, because Jimmy's got his cone on and he doesn't like to, he's been very weary ever since he's been, sick. He doesn't come over here. He's not ready yet in his spatial sense, Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate that. Oh, I would love to do a reading with you. Thank you. That makes me really happy. I would love to see you. So with that energy of the Ten of Swords and the storm, we're looking for stability. Yeah, Emlyn, you understand. I mean, I guess, again, what's meant for you is meant for you. Everything has a habit of working out the way it's supposed to, So you were 44, Sharon. Wow, that really gives me hope. My mom was 39, 40 when she had me. She had my sister at 31, but she had me 9 years later. Pandy's good. Pandy's good. She's napping on the sofa. But I do believe that again, things happen for a reason. But sometimes it's on my mind, I'm not gonna lie. It gets me a little bit emotional, but at the same time, again, what's meant to be is meant to be. It does, Dana. I do want a child. Yeah, I do. I think when I was, you were born to be an aunt, and that's lovely. And I have a wonderful niece. I think I would have been a really good mom, I think that, and I don't even believe that love has to be biological. If there was a child that came into my life, absolutely, I would love that child as if it were my own. So for me, I always look at connection more than anything. Jimmy's progressing well. He's just having a little trouble with his like spatial awareness, So we're looking for stability, right? We've got to get stability through letting things end. Yes, I agree, Heidi. I agree. So let's talk about the near future. Let's see what we need. That's wonderful, Suzette. So just that I'm adopted. For example, I talk about my grandfather a lot, and I realized in the video that I posted on the weekend that I made an error kind of in description, only because, not that anybody would know this necessarily, but I mentioned that I had done a reading about my grandfather who had passed away. And then I talked about my grandfather passing away in another video. They were different grandfathers. I didn't realize when I was making the video that I said that. But, my biological grandfather passed away. That's right. I'm an amazing mom of 3 kitties. Exactly, Dora. I appreciate that. Thank you. My biological grandfather passed away when I was 5, and he was very important to me, very special to me. We had a very deep connection. And I really look like him in so many ways. If you saw pictures of him, my hair, like my hairline, my smirk, if you ever wonder where my smirk comes from, it's definitely my grandfather. My eyes, the shape of my eyes, my cheekbones, And that's my Polish grandfather. My grandfather was Polish, my grandmother Ukrainian, and then my dad on my other side, obviously, is Northern German. So it's interesting. My grandfather, he was very important to me, and I always had dreams about him. I had a very deep connection to him. Like after he passed, side note, after he passed many years later, and I'm talking many years later, 17 years after he passed, I woke up one morning crying, and I called my mom and I told her what happened. And she's like, whoa, you just told me everything that happened leading up to his death. And I wouldn't have known these things because I was very protected from them. And I never heard anybody talk about them either. It was something that was very, anyways. And so he and I always had this connection to each other. But my grandmother, my step grandfather, another Capricorn, which is funny because my biological grandfather was a January 1911. So he was like almost like a 111 type number. And then my step grandfather was born January 11th. They were both Capricorns and they both had like a 111 connotation. Did he wear a hat? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. But he was a good man. They're both really good men. And my step grandfather and I were very connected. You'd have to, I would send you my availability, but we can figure that out very easily if you want to book a reading. You can always email me first if you want, and then I can give you my availability. Oh, that's okay, Jojo. We're still going. We're just talking. Hi, Kara. How are you? Do psychic gifts run in my family? Yes and no. Typical Kelly answer. Yes and no. My mother and father, oh, your birthday, January 12th. Nice. My parents were like manifestors without even realizing they were manifestors. They just always knew how to make things happen. And so they had that spirituality in them in a way. My family is not religious, although I do respect if someone is. I don't know how I was brought up without any religion at all. Even my grandfather coming from Poland, it's not like he was, religious. My grandmother was not religious. My father, as a child, was an altar boy, but he was never religious. He used to always say, when you grow up, you decide whatever you want for yourself. That was sort of the view, So the grade ones were insane today. Kara. Yeah, Kara, I understand. High school can be the same way. Kara's doing a placement in a grade one classroom. You and your mom have strong telepathy between the two of you. But I wouldn't say, my sister has intuitiveness. I just, I don't know if I would say, I don't know. I can't speak for her, but I know she does have like great intuition. So, but I definitely was born, I think, what I think it started with? And if you haven't heard me talk about the story in a while, I think it started when I fell. Now, I know it sounds terrible to say this or laugh at this, but when I was in elementary school, I think it was grade one, maybe kindergarten or grade one, I fell. I was on a, those bike bars. They're black, and but I don't know how people really tie their bikes to them. Really, there's no post to do it. But I guess you'd put your lock sort of, or your I don't know what you call it, around the bar. And so the girls used to go and sit on the bars and twirl on them. We would go forwards and backwards. And I remember I was out one day at recess, and it suddenly started to pour like rain. And I was on the bar, and I was going forward on the bar, and I slipped. Hi, Laura. And I hit my head right into the pavement. And it's interesting. You guys can't see it. Everybody tells me they can't see it. I've told the story before, just not recently. I have a bump here. I have a little scar on my forehead. And of course, where do you think I fell? I fell like on my third eye, well, in this area anyways. And that's when I started having the reoccurring dreams. I mentioned this. Hi, Chase. I mentioned this, when I was doing the video this weekend. I talked about, sort of being sparked, or the reoccurring dreams that I had. That's when they started after that. So sometimes I never made that connection until like a few years ago, really, where I said, oh my gosh, like I fell like right on that third eye area. And that's when I started having the dreams and started having it's almost like I was like cracked open. I had blood I remember I called my mom as she was at work, and I was like, I needed her to pick me up because I had hurt myself at school. Hi, Maria. So, anyways, that's kind of, I think, how it really started in my life. But anyways, have I always been intuitive or having a knowing? Yes. Yeah. Hi, Jill. So let's see. What is our near future? Yes, things started to get magical kind of when I fell and hit my forehead. For you too, or are you referring to me? Your nan was a tea leaf reader in London. I think it's where I got my gift from her. I'm able to read dogs, hence I've become a dog whisperer. Good for you, Michael. That's amazing. My third eye was busted open. It sure was, Dana. Yeah, Jennifer, it was, and I never really thought about it. And if you don't know, Jennifer, I had reoccurring dreams ever since around age, oh, for you too. So we have something in common. Okay. Around the age of 5 or 6 is when I started having dreams about a person that I went to school with, actually. And it's kind of crazy. Like, I would dream about this person nonstop. And when I was about 20 years old, the dream came true word for word. And then those dreams, they continued and continued and continued. But what I've discovered, and I still get the dreams, just in a different facet, and it's morphed over the years. But what's interesting is that it almost like is reminiscent of what you might call the twin flame journey if you want to use a label. I don't really like to use the label. Oh, thank you, Jill. But at the same time, it's been interesting because it's not so much about a specific person, it's about the archetype of a person. You know, it's like what that energy represents more than anything. So, yeah, it's kind of been a crazy experience. And so those dreams have always stayed with me. That's why I'm a very vivid dreamer, a very vivid dreamer. Like, if you ask me every day I wake up, like the joke, around me is, how'd you sleep? Weird dreams? Like, I don't even have to answer. People know, they'll say weird dreams. Oh, wow. Interesting that happened. But, you're reading a great book right now about people with head injuries getting better psychic ability. It is so, Emmeline, interesting that we're talking about this. You too, Murphy Cat. Okay, my dreams are crazy. This is how to fall, same type of thing. Are they happy dreams about this person? Yeah, they're not bad dreams at all. Of course, Tamara. Yeah, there's a lot of messages coming through. You're now recollecting a similar story when you fell off monkey bars on your head. That's kind of what happened. I wasn't on monkey bars, but I was on a bike bar, these. So, yeah. I wish I could dream the lotto numbers. I mean, isn't that the funny thing about abilities, right? Oh, you're in Belfast. Nice, Julie. Welcome. Do I dream in color? I dream in color. Yeah. That I know for sure. And that's a really good question because I don't know if people really think about it. I mean, do any of you think about it? Do you dream in color or do you dream in black and white? But I definitely dream in color. Oh, really, Erin? And you fell on your forehead when you were 3. Interesting. You dream in color, Michelle? Dream in color, Murphy Cat? Color? Oh, it's nice to see you. I appreciate that, Hi Kicks. Dreams in color, or dream the weirdest stuff that makes absolutely no sense. Well, there's something in it. I'll tell you what I'm dreaming about lately. And it happens every now and again. I dream that I'm in another timeline. Like, I can tell you my dream last night because it's so dumb. It's so dumb, but I remember specific things about it. I was at an event of some kind, like I'll picture like a hotel / conference center. And all I remember was I was wearing like Jordans, as in like Air Jordans, which is funny because I don't own a pair of Jordans. I have like Air Force Ones and I have other Nikes like I love, but for some reason I'm wearing a pair of Jordans. Don't know why, but I'm dressed up all at the same time. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm wearing this, but anyways, I'm at this like event and I'm in a lineup of some sort. It's like almost like I'm by myself. I don't know if I really know anybody. It's almost like I'm in a timeline that's not the one I'm in right now. I'm around people that somehow know me, but I don't know if I really know them. And I left this lineup of people And I went to go up these like stairs because I was going to either take an elevator or stairs up to my room or something. And then I realized I couldn't take the elevator. And when I opened up the door to the stairs, kitty cats ran out like kittens. And they ran out the front door of this hotel. And I was so upset because I was upset that these cats were now out in the wild. And I don't know where these cats came from. But anyways, it was like I was in this place that I, like, for whatever reason, knew me, but I didn't know it. So I know it's gonna sound like a weird dream, but I remember exactly, like, I was wearing something glittery, but I had on these Jordans. I don't even know. Don't even know. You know, your parents visit you in your dreams too. Sometimes my grandfather visits me, my biological grandfather, my grandmother. Yeah, I've been there before, Tamara. I know, Jennifer, poor kitties. I know, I know. But your dreams are in third person. When I have premonitions, it's in first person. Interesting, Emlyn. Yeah. You usually dream on exams at high school. Yes, actually, one of the recurring dreams that I have, Raquel, is when I was teaching. It's that I'm late for class. I'm the teacher and I'm late for class and I can't get to my class. And then I end up there when like nobody's there anymore. But I'm not in trouble. But for some reason, I can't get to class on time. My mom used to have dreams about teaching too, because my mom was a teacher for 46 years. I think it's so common for teachers to have those kind of dreams, or for anybody really, I guess. Your mom was in your dream the other night, Becca? That's beautiful. You have a recurring house in your dreams. Interesting. Yeah, me, it's been a recurring person, but that person shifted over the years. That's what's kind of crazy. It's not the same person anymore, you know? So a lot of you have recurring dreams. That's amazing. Does my grandmother visit? Yes, she does. My grandmother that has the longest G's you could ever imagine. I taught high school, Kara, so grade 9, 10, 11, 12, a mixture of all of them. You have dreams about Zac Efron? You're hoping it's a premonition? You know what's funny when you have celebrity dreams? Like why? Like random celebrity dreams every now and again. I know, I get them too. Yes, my G's grandmother does come through in my dreams. But sometimes I'm pushing her away in my dreams because she would, and it's the same thing in real life when she was alive, you know, she would always like push to the point where it was like, man, you know, I loved her, but she was a Pisces with a Scorpio moon. No offense to anybody with a Pisces Scorpio. She was very, very difficult and almost like would push you even when you said you weren't available or you couldn't meet. She would always force it, you know, if that makes sense. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I appreciate it. You wish your son would visit you in your dreams. Yeah, I know. My grandmother was very difficult. You have no idea. She's my higher self pushing me. She and I are very connected. Thank you, Jill. Hi, Beth. How are you? You had a dream with Tim Curry. Isn't it funny you're saying Tim Curry? My family and I were talking about Tim Curry not long ago. Hi, Stacy. Was it my mom who inspired me to teach? And why did you choose to teach high school? Yeah, my mom was a teacher for 46 years. She taught high school. Yeah, she inspired me for sure. For sure. I learned a lot from her. A lot of what I do on here and teaching was, you know, because of her, for sure. I chose high school because, honestly, please take no offense to anybody who teaches elementary or is in elementary school. It's a different vibe, and they both have their pros and their cons. The scheduling for teachers is better in secondary, like as in high school. And also, I liked the interaction more, the conversation more, the deep conversation that I can have with higher grades. You know, it's a different kind of learning. But that doesn't mean that elementary school isn't valuable or isn't wonderful too. There's just different sides to it. I'm sure you do, Laura, but you probably just don't remember. Your golden retriever visits you. Oh, in your dreams. That's so nice. Hi, Kimberly. I appreciate that. Sometimes it's more trauma dreams about his wake, what happened a handful of times. Oh, interesting. You're starting to notice that being in the classroom, you want an older grade. Yeah, I mean, every grade has their thing, right? Hi, Ashira. They're young adults. And yeah, you have definitely interesting conversations for sure. But I loved teaching. I really did. You know, I plan in the near future to do a little bit of substitute teaching. I don't want to be back in a classroom necessarily full time. That's not my intention. But I don't mind, you know, going in once a month or something just to stay in touch, I guess you could say, you know? So, all right. I've been saying near future, near future, near future. And then we get into these deep, deep chats, which there's nothing wrong with. I just, I keep going near future, near future. Let's see. Oh, near future, 8 of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve you. Yeah. You don't get the full REM cycle complete. Okay, Laura, so that's interesting. Sleep is a very important thing to our health. I'm very lucky. I think one of the things about me, and, you know, it's kind of a joke in my family, just like when I say weird dreams, like if you ask me, how'd you sleep? You know, weird dreams, weird dreams. It's funny. I can literally put my head on the pillow and I'm out. Like I fall asleep so fast. Turn my head, boom, out every night, every single night. It's true, Alicia. Very, very true. Yeah, I think so too, Dana. It's just something that, you know, while I know people who are still there to be a reference, it's not a bad thing, you know, to go in every once in a while for that connection. You're the napper? Me too, Murphy. Me too. Am I anything like my grandmother? The G's grandmother? Can I relate to her? Yeah, I can, for sure I can. Actually, I feel like I look like her in some aspects. Sometimes when I see my videos, like depending on the day and what my hair is like, or I see the connection, you know? I see the connection to her. Listen, she was a lovely grandmother in so many ways, just a very difficult person. And I know she loved me and she was proud of me. Oh, I missed you too, Jill. So it's, you know, it's a tough relationship because I loved her so much and she loved me, but she was extremely difficult to manage. Extremely. Even my step-grandfather, she drove everybody crazy. There's not one person she didn't drive crazy. But that also comes from trauma. That also comes from her upbringing. She didn't know any better. And she was the kind of person that, honestly, if you were really like, honestly, and I mean, these aren't lies, if you were busy and you were out of town, she would literally do a drive-by. She'd drive an hour just to come to your house to see whether you're home or not, because she wouldn't believe it. Or I'd come home from work, she wouldn't tell me she was coming, and she'd be sitting on the street or in the driveway waiting for me. Now, generously bringing me groceries and whatever, but like still, she wouldn't take no for an answer. You could tell her no, and she would just be like, that's it, I'm doing whatever I want anyways. And yeah, that can have good parts to it, but also can have a lot of really negative parts to it, you know? Did I ever do a reading for someone and got a reading from spirit for that person and say to yourself, I can't tell them that, but it just comes out anyways? No, Michael, because I'm not laughing. I'm just laughing at myself. Everybody who knows me knows that I'm always going to tell you the truth, even when it's difficult. Even when it's difficult. I cannot hold anything back. If I feel something or I need to tell you something or I'm trying to help you with something for your highest good, I'm always going to tell you. So no, I don't have any of those moments. So it's all in the delivery, you know. I think sometimes it's what's hard about doing this professionally sometimes is that, you know, you want the best for people. Yeah, Steph just said, she tells you like it is. You know, even when it's hard and it's triggering or there's resistance, I'm always going to respect people's decisions regardless. It's not a judgment. I would say that it's just that I want you to have the best of the best of the best. And that's why I push you. Oh, I thank you. I thank you, Chuck. That's awesome. Chuck just said, I've always respected and appreciated you for that. You know? I think water signs can be Heidi to some extent. Exactly, Jose. Hack, H-A-K, hard-ass Kelly. But that's how I was in a classroom too. You know, I wasn't going to lie to a student. You know, if a student said to me, you know, why didn't I do well on this essay or this paper? I had to tell them the truth. If I don't tell you the truth, who's going to tell you? That's my mantra with everyone. I can't lie to you. I'm not going to do a disservice to you just because it's hard to have this conversation. So it's not in me to lie about those things. If I know that it's needed or it's good for you to hear, even if it's tough, I will still have that conversation. Yeah, you were thinking the same thing, Hack? Yeah. It's not easy. It's not, I take it to heart. You don't know how many days I'll hit the pillow and I'll be like, oh man, you know, was I too hard? Was I too honest? Did I, whatever, insert blank. And I think that's natural. I always want to make sure that I'm doing my best for people, but it's not easy sometimes. I'll admit that. Did she like her makeup and clothes, my grandmother? Was she always well presented? Yes, always well presented. She had good taste. She had good taste in clothes. She used to buy me a lot of clothes, even in her 90s. I'd say 7 out of 10 times she'd bring home a sweater that I really like or a top that I really like. I think honesty does save you in the long run. It's just not everybody's prepared to hear that, right? But I think one of the things that I tell people every day in my sessions is if you're talking to me, like if you're doing a session with me, you're not coming to me for fluff. I don't believe for a second that anybody's coming to me for fluff. There might be that one time that somebody comes in and has no idea what they're getting and then all of a sudden is like taken aback. But that's happened. I could literally count that on my hand, how many times that's ever happened. But I always feel like if you're coming to me, you know that you want to talk through something or you trust me enough to work it through and to help you with it, because that's what I want to do is I want to help you. I don't want to judge you. I don't want to hurt you, but I want to help you. And the sad part is that there are a lot of people out there who will lie to you just to keep you coming back, to take your money, to take advantage, to whatever. And again, I stay in my own lane. Those people are those people. I can't speak for anyone else. But I take a lot of pride in what I do. And I also tell you, and I said it to somebody today actually, and that is, if you're going to tell people the advice, you have to walk the walk and you have to talk the talk. I can't tell you to do something that I wouldn't do personally. I take that very seriously. Oh, thank you, Saram. I appreciate it. Hi, Anmet. Oh, you're sick. I hope you feel better. I'd like to think that is the right thing to do. And I learned that from my father, actually. It's interesting. You've probably heard me tell this story before. Oh, thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it. When my dad would talk about these things with us, like my sister and I, he would always say, I have to always tell you the truth. I have to tell you the truth. And when my sister was like 5 years old and asked, why are those pigs on the truck? My dad told her. And she was a vegetarian very quickly after that. But he told her. And I respect that, Yeah, Steph just said if they want BS, they have plenty of options, and I'm not one of them. I appreciate it. It's hard though, Sometimes people do want to hear whatever they want to hear. Thank you. But you might be feeling the aqua moon, Ikra, yeah. Heidi just said if I'm going to ask a question, I better be ready for the answer. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Oh, how did I handle crying school kids after lower grades? Oh, I never taught the lower grades, Maria. I've only ever taught high school, like grade 9, 10, 11. But that doesn't mean I didn't have any crying kids in 9, 10, 11, 12. I've had, sorry. I have one memory of a student who literally in grade 9, he was a grade 9. He laid on the floor crying like a 5-year-old, stomping his feet, throwing his arms around. You see everything. A nice kid though, nice kid. But yeah, you see, I could tell you so many stories. Jennifer just said, I prefer the truth. It's easier to heal and move on. I agree. Of course, it's all good, Sharon. I would love that. You're in the UK? Absolutely. I talk to people in the UK all the time. We just pick a time that makes sense. The only thing you lied about was Santa, Easter Bunny, and the Tooth Fairy. Do you remember? Sorry, I'm laughing. It's not funny. It's funny, but it's not funny. Do you remember me telling the story about how a friend of mine got upset with me because I let it out of the bag that the gift was from the parents, not from Santa? But this was a 13-year-old boy. And I'm not judging either way, but like I didn't mean to. I just said, oh, how did you love that gift? They were so excited about it. And then I got pulled aside and told, he doesn't know. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I felt horrible, but like I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. It was one of those, I was so innocent. You're right, Becca. Truth to you is like short-term pain, but a long-term gain. Absolutely. I know, Ikra. I didn't mean to do it. I really didn't. Thank you, Kat. That really means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. Oh, I love you too, Ella. I appreciate it so much. I do my best. I do my best always. It comes from my heart. It comes from a good place. But sometimes I recognize as much as I want it for somebody, I have to also lean back a little bit too, right? So it was time. I didn't know, Tamara. I didn't know that it was a big deal that I let the cat out of the bag, so to speak. I agree, Heidi. I agree. I outed Santa. I did. I did. I did. I felt horrible after. It was like I got a slap on the wrist or a slap on the wrist, slap on the hand for that. What's the truth about Santa? Well, Steph, I'm going to keep my opinions to myself on that topic. Did I ever get a reading from another person, and what did you get from it? I've had readings before. It's a good question. What did I get from it? Probably what I already knew, but needed the confirmation, which is typical of readings, right? You know? Yes, that's right. It's the essence of Saint Nick and giving that is real. Exactly, Jennifer. What did I say, Jen? Are you mean like, oh, you're talking about like the Santa thing? I said, oh, your parents were so excited that you got this gift. And then I got pulled aside and said, he doesn't know. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, the purple nails. Thank you. I love purple. Purple's one of my favorite colors. So let's see. Eight of Cups, walking away. I've always got earrings in. I just wear studs, like little studs. I don't think I've taken these out. Couldn't even tell you the last time I took them out. Hi, Anne. Hi, Sandy. So the Judgment card, we talked about the Judgment card earlier, actually, coming up a lot. Eight of Cups, it's time. Like, it's really time to make moves if you've been thinking about it, right? Hi, Luffy, how are you? Hi, Telly. So let's see. What else? Near future, beloved, radical acceptance. I think I've been saying a lot lately that at some point we just have to accept what is. Like, we really have to accept what is. What else can we do? Hard to do. Have I ever had black nails? Yes. Yes, I have, actually. It's been a while. But, hi, Sachi. How are you? Okay, suggested approach. What do we need to know? You've been thinking about relocating? Sometimes that's a nice idea. By the way, guess what came out? I told you. Not that I have to tell you and be right, but it's just like, I knew it. There is the Fool, you know? And in my video yesterday, I just kept talking about what the Fool represents. You know, it's not just a new beginning. There's so many aspects to it. You know, innocence and risk-taking. This is all about the illumination, right? The idea of, I'm going to take a leap. There's a little dog that's going, you sure you want to do that? It's like a little warning. But then the Fool with this wide-eyed innocence just goes for it because they don't know any different, right? In your understanding, you can't really read tarot if you aren't spiritual. I mean, it's not just a business. That's a tough question, Ikra. It's a very tough question. I think that there are a lot of people who can read tarot. You just get varying levels of depth, you know? Yeah, I know. I love the dog and the Fool cards too. So if you haven't watched my Fool video, I'd appreciate it. It would really help me and the algorithm. Thank you, Stacy. Even if you don't listen to it, if you could just play it to the very end and give me a like, the likes make the world of difference. They really make the world of difference. So that would be really appreciated. I've worked so hard on these videos. You know, I think that the Fool energy is so important because we have to learn how to take a leap. We have to learn how to take a risk, you know? Emily just said, why might someone do an emergency reading? Just curious. Because they need a person to listen right now. They need that comfort. They need that, you know, instant sort of like calmness. And I feel like that's what people do when they're coming to me. They're looking to process it, to calm them down, you know, to get some answers or to get some reassurance. Thank you, Carrie. I appreciate it. You lost your power in Durham. The winds are really bad, Aaron. The winds are really bad today. I hope you get your power back. Yeah, you know, Ikra, the sad part about tarot is that there are a lot of people who don't know the meanings of the cards, you know, and I hate when I see that. Like if somebody pulls out Three of Swords and they're like, oh, reconciliation, you know? And it's true, Jennifer, that people do read in their own way. The only problem is that it's when to me, it's okay to read intuitively. I don't think there's anything wrong with reading intuitively. But when somebody blatantly will pull the Three of Swords and say that this is reconciliation or give you really an opposite answer, that's when I have an issue, you know? Hi, Janine. Oh, thank you so much for your kindness and support. I appreciate that you watch my videos. Thank you. Perfect, Sharon. I can do that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Steph. I appreciate that. Hi, Nana. How are you? The winds are 45 kilometers there, Kara. Yeah, the winds are going to be very, very bad tonight. Very bad tonight. Thank you, Becca. I appreciate that. You also talk about how they shuffle the cards. Oh, and made you aware. Yeah, I don't like, this is just me as a side note. I don't like anybody like banging the cards, smashing the cards. To each their own. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think you need to smash the cards and bang the cards and the cards to go flying to make it theatrical, to believe in something. I actually feel like there should be a lot of respect to the cards. But again, that's just me. Thank you, Raquel. Have a wonderful night. Do I have any advice for him to stop being friends with someone and not feel guilty for it? That's a tough one. There's so many aspects to that question, because it depends on how serious the relationship is or what's the connection on the other side. Should you have to ask somebody and if they're upset about it, or where's the priority? You know what I mean? So I read intuitively too, though, Tamara. I don't need cards. That's the thing. I don't need cards to read anything. I think that cards are a tool, you know, and it depends. Ultimately, for me, I just like having the base knowledge as well, because to me, it's a balance between kind of like what I always say, like as above, so below. There's a balance, there's a meaning, but then there's also a spiritual side of things, right? What time is it in Canada, Heidi? It is 6 o'clock, just after 6. You had 14 cards when you were 14. I'm 58 and everything has happened. Have you heard of such a thing? In what sense do you mean that, Keith? Like as in 14 cards? What kind of cards? Like oracle cards, tarot cards? Glad you're here, Raven. I love tarot. I love oracle. I use both. But I would say that when I'm in sessions with people, I don't need cards. That's why the cards are always the last thing we do. We end up talking through everything first, right? So you had your storm in Glasgow. I heard that the weather in the UK was very, very, very strong. So the Fool card, there's the moon. Now, in this case, I think we're talking about new moon in Aquarius. So in other words, that authenticity, that forward thinking, it's technology, it's innovation. And that's what I want people to start thinking about for this energy, as to like, who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? And I know I've said that already before when we get into the new year, but Aquarius energy really is about authenticity, right? So let's see, where's my other deck here? Yeah. Yeah, me too, Tamara. When I was young, when I started having those dreams when I was younger, I was already having dreams that were happening. I knew how the story was going to play out before it even happened. I could tell you guys so many stories of really silly moments, actually, just random things where like I would say something and then all of a sudden the phone would ring and that would be the message, or that would be the information coming through. Oh, thank you, Raven. I really appreciate that. Oh, Keith, what I asked you was, hi, Glenn. What I asked you was, what type of cards are you referring to when you said 14 cards? Like, are you talking about tarot cards, oracle cards? I'm not sure I understood your question. No, Steve, I don't. I'm not a professional astrologer, but I do talk about it with people because I've read enough charts in my day, even my own charts and whatever. So I can talk about it, but I wouldn't say that I offer a specific astrology reading, you know? So... You have zero intuition. You can only read cards with a traditional meaning. Jen, that's something we can help you with. That's not hard. You just have to learn how to tell a story. You have to learn how to tap into things you already know, experience-wise in life. Trust yourself. Signs and synchronicities, right? Signs and synchronicities should be pushing you forwards, not backwards. But yeah, there's ways to heighten your intuition for sure. It's funny you said that, Nelson. He said, remember, brain is a box of sweets. And I was saying in the video I posted, I was like, it reminds me of like Forrest Gump, you know, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. That's the fool energy. You just never know what you're going to get, you know? You just never know. Thank you, Gareth. Why your partner Tanya got attitude towards you? Well, Gareth, we're not doing personal readings, but I mean, have you thought about asking? I hate to give you such a random answer like that, but have you thought about asking her why she has, you know, a different shift in energy? And what has she said, Gareth? What's the answer? Good night, Heidi. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hi, Roseanne. How are you? Well, Gareth, I would give her some time if that's the case. Oh, that's wonderful, Jennifer. That's the whole point of online families or people connecting with each other, right? Transcendence. There's the Pegasus. We're transcending. We're going to new heights, right? That's the key. Let's take a look at what do we need to know. Two of Wands. Time to leave your comfort zone. Again, we got the Fool energy, leaving comfort zone. Now you need to look for, wouldn't that be great to have a Forrest Gump tarot card? You know, or tarot deck. You know what's funny, Kat? When I was teaching, it's almost like thank you, Tamara, I appreciate it. When I was teaching, it's almost like my students, hi Pauline, my students didn't know the movie Forrest Gump. And if you ask people now whether they like the movie, like people who are younger, who are watching it for the first time, they all say they don't like it. Have you ever noticed this? And like, if you were from the time when you watched Forrest Gump, I don't know many people that didn't like, hi Jules, I don't know many people, hi Kelly, how are things in Australia? I don't know many people who didn't like the movie Forrest Gump. I mean, like, how many quotes can you think of from Forrest Gump? I can. You know, how many versions of shrimp can you name off just because of the just because of the thought of seeing that movie? You know what I mean? It's warm. I've heard that, Kelly. I've heard that it's very warm right now. But again, you're in your summertime. But I love the movie. But I have to say, if you ask anybody now who's seeing it for the first time or just recently, they're like, they don't like it. So it is kind of interesting how things change, right? Or people change. All right. So Two of Wands. Yeah. Ever rewatch a show from a long time ago that you love but don't like now? Yes. Yes. And do you know what that is for me, Dana? Believe it or not. And I'm not saying I don't like it. Yeah. Fried shrimp, boiled shrimp, shrimp gumbo. Yeah. Yeah. Good memories for sure. Yeah. You know what show I can't say that I'm a fan of? And it's not that I won't watch it now. It's just I look at it through a different lens. It's Everybody Loves Raymond. Everybody Loves Raymond. I don't like the man bashing. I don't like how he's portrayed as a bumbling idiot. And I'm not saying I didn't watch the show or that I don't watch the show or that I don't like it. But from that lens, it really bothers me. It now when I know what I know about masculine and feminine energy, it just really, hi Yemi, I'm well, thank you, how are you? It just really turns me off. Because if you look at shows like King of Queens, Modern Family, Al Bundy, I mean, that's a given, or Homer Simpson. Like, I love all these shows, but I don't like how it's a very man-bashing energy. It's making men to be out bumbling, dumb idiots. And that's not true, right? Because if we did that on the opposite, you know, we'd be freaking out. So I love the show too, don't get me wrong. I do. Like, you can't deny the history of it. You can't deny the comedy of it. It was very well done. I just don't like that aspect of it. The Simpsons bothered you? Sorry, I'm not laughing, I'm coughing. Bothered you earlier today with Marge and Homer. Yeah, King of Queens too. Sex in the City for you? I hate the way they depict single women. You know, I loved watching Sex in the City, but I can understand from certain lenses for sure. You know? Hi, Shell. Yeah, that movie did have a lot of good lines. Sure did. Sure did. I love, and you know what's interesting? I love All in the Family. I think All in the Family was meant to be triggering. I mean, that was the whole point of Archie Bunker, right? It was meant to point out sort of like the stupidity, at times. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of you have to look through certain lenses, I guess you could say, you know? But I'm not a fan of I don't like woman bashing. I don't like man bashing. I don't like any of that kind of stuff because all it does is perpetuate things that we really don't need in this world. Oh, thank you, Keith. Yes, I do private readings. In the description box or in the bio is my website, kellylorraine111.com. But thank you. I appreciate it. I've never seen it, Ikra. I've never seen it. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. So Two of Wands is what do we need to know? It's like leaving our comfort zone. Well, that's because he was meant to be, Dana. Three's Company is your all-time favorite. I like Three's Company as well. Mm-hmm. That's okay, Sarah. No worries. No worries. Yeah, interesting, Becca. That's what is in the Simpsons reference. Yeah, I've never seen it, Suzette. Never seen it. So Two of Wands is leaving the comfort zone. Let's see what else we need to know. And yet the whole point, Dana, see, I love the show, but at the same time, it was meant to be triggering to people. That was the whole point. I mean, yeah, Jennifer, don't get me wrong. I like King of Queens. I like Everybody Loves Raymond. I do enjoy the comedy. I just, as a whole, it bothers me that there's such a level of bashing, Oh, I love you too, Roseanne. Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to doing it for you. But yeah, I mean, there is comedy in everything. There is comedy in everything. I'm not a fan of the way man bashing and woman bashing perpetuates the problems. It only makes things worse. So Two of Wands, there's the light bulb. Clarity. Somebody's going to get clarity to leave the comfort zone in some way, shape, or form. And let's see what else we need to know. Ooh, Raven Spirit. Raven, if you're still here. Oh, thank you, Shell. I love purple. I haven't worn purple in a long time. Truth. Clarity. Somebody's going to get the enlightenment. So let's see. We're almost there. Let's go to the hope and or fear. I thought I was coming on for a quick live today, but this is not that there's anything wrong with that. I haven't been on this long, I think, in a while. We're here at 92 minutes, it tells me. It's like an hour and a half. That's okay. I enjoy seeing you guys. I haven't seen you in a few days. Hope and or fear. Six of Cups, nostalgia. We want the wish to come true. Six of Cups is a wish coming true, but it's also a nostalgia. And if you're stuck in the past, I always say you can visit there. You can't live there, right? Yeah, Stacey, I hear you. We're here for that clarity. That's what we need. So Six of Cups and the Devil card. I've seen a lot of the Devil card come up. Restrictions, addictions, codependency. A lot of people are being held back by the past. Not wanting to move forward, being afraid of moving forward, right? Aw, thanks, Roseanne. You're so kind. I really appreciate your kindness and support. It really means the world to me. Yeah, I mean, we're doing a general collective reading. There we go, Raven, you're here. If you should put your friend out of your life, no steady communication. If there's no equal giving and receiving, Raven, then to some extent, you've got to make a move, as hard as that can be. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Chuck. Thank you, Diane. I'm terrible. My mind is awful. The card says Bluebell, but I can assure you that's not what I read when I pulled the card. The Bluebell Fairy, the blue. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. It's not even funny. The Bluebell. I have to be careful how I say this. The Bluebell Fairy. I don't know how the Bluebell Fairy. I don't know. I don't want to change it in my mind, but I can't imagine there's a fairy for this. I can't imagine there's a fairy for this. But anyways, yeah, Becca, you said it. I'm not going to repeat it, but I read it. I took it out of the deck because it was like it was upside down, right? And all of a sudden I was like, it's a beautiful card. Don't get me wrong. It's gorgeous. Hi, Cheryl. Gratitude. I don't know if anybody's having any gratitude for bluebells. I doubt it. I doubt it. This puts a whole new meaning to the card. If this card ever comes out again, I don't know how we'll ever unsee this. Or unknow this. And I feel it's funny. Thank you, Amy, for the follow. I'm kind of laughing as you're following me, because I'm like, what was I saying? You know, we always do this every now and again. Like, what was I saying the moment you entered this room, or what were we talking about? And Amy just came in when I'm talking about Bluebell Fairy. So what a memorable experience. So Amy, is JPG your soulmate? Anybody can be your soulmate. And I know that's not a popular answer, but you can have multiple soulmates. Multiple soulmates, friends, family, lovers. I took the Bluebell Fairy from the deck with an E. That's right. Yeah. It's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It's beautiful. But I couldn't read it any other way, which is definitely a restriction. We talked about the Devil card being restrictions, right? I mean, that is a restriction. And, you know, Six of Cups, nostalgia. Somebody has, exactly. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You know. If I ever make a tarot deck or an oracle deck, oh, I'm so sorry, Pauline, to hear that. Yeah, I know. The Bluebell. For anybody who's new, you must still be you must still be here if you like that sense of humor, because it has been cold lately. Says it has been cold. I'm hoping that I'm not channeling any bluebells for anybody. Hi, Ginger. We're buying that deck, says Sarah. I should totally make one. I know I would love to make a tarot deck or an oracle deck. Absolutely, Cheryl. My kitties are too. My cats are my soulmates. I was answering in case anybody's wondering. You feel like you're at the full moon Zoom. How do I keep my how do I keep my stamina up when I'm dealing with people constantly in your work? I'm very good at having downtime also. Like when I'm lazy, I'm lazy. I don't have a problem. I don't feel guilty about being lazy, you know? So oh, that's okay, Ginger. This will be posted on YouTube if anybody wants to watch later. You're welcome, Jennifer. I love doing that. I really do. I've always loved, actually, like I said, I'm almost to my 4-year anniversary on TikTok. March 6th. I always forget. I know we've looked it up, and I know Tamara's looked it up for me. I'm pretty sure it's like March 6th or 7th, one of those days. I don't know why I always forget. But yeah, it'll be 4 years in March. I should make a deck. I know, I would love to. I would love to. I'm just not artistic enough to, but there are ways around that, you know. Do I do love readings? Yes, I do. Sure, I do. Yeah. Feels like yesterday, Stacy. I know. Hi, Jackie. Yeah, I know. We all tend to have the same sense of humor here, for sure. The Bluebell Fairy. Release and let go of those restrictions. I don't know why I said Bluebell, but anyways, it's funny. It's funny. It puts a whole new meaning. I haven't been to Florida in a long time. Yep. All right, let's see. Probable outcome. You guys ready? Page of Pentacles, an offer. Studying, learning, an offer. Recognition. In the reading, sorry, that was a long sigh. In the reading that I filmed today, actually, before I came on live, there was something about an offer that you might be nervous. Oh, no. Did I film that today or did I post it today? No, I don't even remember. Anyways, about an offer where you have to really lean back and listen, not totally lean in. Let people show you who they are. An offer to release the bluebells. Yes, the bells, Becca. The bells. On top of the cards, it's not so much a blue. I think the cards are blue. I think the shading is blue, but I think it's just a moon. I don't know if the moon is necessarily blue, but like the surrounding color is, yes. You know, tarot deck with kitties. I would love that, Ikra. I would love that. Of course you should, Josh. If you want to write a book, write a book. I was told if I saw or heard bells, it was a sign from my spirit guide. I'm intuitive. Well, there you go. Raven, we were since we're talking about the Bluebell Fairy. Oh gosh, I can't. Yeah, I know. I know. Amy, you feel like you're being deceived by your person? Absolutely. Gotta let go. Gotta let it go, right? Now, Page of Pentacles. Oh, what the meaning of the blue bell card was? Yeah, sorry. It was gratitude. I don't know. I don't think anybody's grateful for blue bells, but gratitude. You know. Yes, I have a kitty tarot deck as well, Cheryl. There's a few cat decks out there. Right, Jim? Right, Jimmy? I thought he might meow for us, but... All right, let's see. Page of Pentacles. Look at that. Look at that. The Swans, Soulmates, Twin Flames. It says on here, Deep Soul Connection. Blooming Love. You know how my grandmother has the longest G's? G's. Sometimes I find myself not saying G's, but like I'll have like a very long sigh, you know? Very long sigh. Diddy, I'd be happy to do one with you. All right, let's see. Surrender. The sigh says it all. Surrender. Surrender to the offer, to the divine love. Well, Cheryl, this is the thing about ultimatums. Unfortunately, we shouldn't be in a position where we have to give one, right? So it's a matter now of boundaries. That's the tough part. Dragonflies are all about lightness of being, but this also looks like a beautiful butterfly, right? And we talked about the butterfly transformation, going into the cocoon, thinking it's dying and then coming out a beautiful butterfly. But this is surrender. Always surrender. Trust the process. Let it be. Let it unfold. You know? Blooming love or blue bells? That's the question. I'm saying bells. I'm going to stay safe and say bells. Yeah. What's the feminine version of the blue bell card? I don't know. Well, butterfly in other languages could be the slight equivalent, not direct equivalent. We're getting really technical here. Yeah, they're beautiful cards. They are beautiful cards. But Pauline, it's not that you feel your partner's pain, and I know how do I say this respectfully? So Pauline, whenever we say we're feeling our partner's pain, or we feel them missing us, or we feel them, it's really you. It's your soul. It's really you. Because ultimately we would want them to miss us. We would want them to feel pain, and not that we want them in pain, but it's subconscious desire to have them want us, or to feel for us, or to care about us. And I'm not saying that your partner isn't. I'm just saying that when you say, I feel their pain, more than likely what you're actually feeling is yourself, you know? I do my best to say the equivalent diplomatically, or bells, you know. Yeah, it was a beautiful reading, Suzette. I mean, we can't try to control the outcome. That's right. Butterfly and bells, such a wonderful subject for a Zoom meeting. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Roseanne. It is tough, Ikra. It's tough. These are all tough, you know. But I do appreciate all of you being here. Oh, T just said I had the conversation today about relinquishing power, hence surrendering. Yes. Thank you, Amy. Pauline, I know it's tough. It really is. I can help you through it if you need it. But it really is about understanding why things happen, or why people pull away, or why things end. There's always a reason, though. Thanks, Stacey. I appreciate it. Well, my friends, you too, Susan. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to be sending out the full moon Zoom readings for those of you that attended our last full moon Zoom. There's the new moon reading that gets sent out by the next new moon. So some were already sent out today. They'll be sent out maybe a couple tonight, tomorrow, and then on the new moon. So they're on their way. We are going to be doing, of course, another full moon Zoom, probably in another couple weeks. And that is going to be a full moon in Leo. Talk about spicy and passionate. He loves you, but he's married. So, Amy, in that situation, and no judgment, but if somebody's going from one relationship to another without really taking the time to heal, then that's a lot of waiting. And you have to ask yourself, how much do you want to wait? You have to live your life at the same time. Just said, Pauline, I'm so sorry you're having to go through that. Yeah, Raven, I understand, but it's all about boundaries in that situation for sure. Good night, Annette. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Shell. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks, Ikra. You too. I'm going to say goodbye to IG first. I send you guys so much love. You're amazing. Thank you for being here with me. I'm on my way out too, Chuck, but I would love to reschedule. Absolutely. Always a pleasant experience, and I wish you a pleasant night. I would love that, Steve. Sounds good. I will give Jim some cuddles. I've got some cleaning up to do because I got the guy coming tomorrow to look at the crack on my ceiling. It's not a crack. It's just some little bit of water. Hi, Ryan. Thank you, Dana. Thank you so much, Becca. I really appreciate it. You guys are the best. Absolutely. What's for dinner tonight? Oh, I don't even know yet. Haven't thought about it. I'll probably pull something out of the freezer. So thanks, Ginger. Thanks, Nelson. I appreciate it. You got it. You got it. Boundaries, very important, Roseanne. I know, and you're learning. You're learning. All right, I gotta go, everybody. And bluebells. That's right. Wishing everybody. Well, no, we don't wish anybody bluebells, but a wonderful evening. You too, Suzette. Thank you. I'm gonna say goodbye to IG. I love you guys, and we'll talk soon. Take care. Okay, IG. Thank you to my moderators. I appreciate it so much. You guys are amazing. Thanks, Raven. You guys are the best. Thank you for your time. Have a wonderful night.